Hello and welcome to another Demon 212 VC review. Today I'm going to be having a look at Lylat Wars. Many people may have played the prequel to this game, Starwing or Starfox if you're in the States. To be fair, this one is Starfox 64 if you're watching and wondering what the hell it is. You may have played one of the new ones on the GameCube or the Nintendo DS. As you can see, there's a load of different planets there, there's asteroid belts, there's all sorts of things, different routes for you to beat. You can play on all of those there that have got a star ring around them. In fact, by having the star ring it proves that I've beaten those ones on normal, so that's fine. There's no difficulty level per se, because the difficulty level is different routes you take. So sometimes you may always beat the game on easy and then all of a sudden go on to a nightmarishly hard one, and it's because you've discovered the hard route. Just quickly start the first planet, Cornelia. I hope I pronounced that right.
It's about time.
Basic gameplay is you fly around shooting things really. It's an on-rail shooter. It's a very good game in my personal opinion, although I do prefer the SNES original, Starwing. It just has a few things that I prefer over it really. This is possibly the only VC game that I would ever recommend the GameCube controller on, because I personally think... Oh, there's me forgetting that B's not fire. And this is exactly what I mean by the GameCube controller. I personally think that the controls on the VC controller, the classic controller, are pretty horrible. The way they're mapped out is awful, and I really wish Nintendo would let you customise these things. Loads of games are letting you customise controls now, so surely it's something that they could add for the VC. Basic power-ups are you can get twin lasers, and that's pretty much it. You've got standard barrel rolls and the likes, which protect you from lasers. If you barrel roll when you're getting shot at, they'll reflect off you. You can brake, you can accelerate, although I can't show you both right off the bat because the little blue bar in the top right corner there, that is actually your meter for special moves and stuff. So this should be nope, it's not working for me. I must be pressing the wrong button. Too used to playing it on the GameCube controller. I knew I should have got one out. Right. You can change your camera there, so if you like the cockpit view more. Not really much to say about this, because as I say, it's an on-rail shooter. Right, there we go, there's boost. I knew I'd remember them eventually. You can also do things like loop-de-loops and other special moves which allow you to collect items if you miss them. I'll quickly pull off a loop-de-loop here. There we go.
Use the brake.
As you can see, these rings are lying around everywhere. The silver ones heal you a little bit, and the gold ones, if you collect 3 of them, then they'll actually fill your energy bar up a little bit. And by that I mean it'll actually increase in size. These are checkpoint rings, quite obviously. They mean basically if you die you'll start back there. You can shoot your teammates, as you've just seen there, so unless one of your teammates is really annoying you, it's not something you want to do because you get higher points for all your teammates living. Unfortunately, Falco is very irritating and always has been, and quite frankly trying to destroy him is quite fun. He's kind of like a Jar Jar Binks really, and a bit of a C-3PO. He's just very irritating, he's constantly condescending towards you and it puts you off. There's the fully upgraded lasers now. You can get blue ones, they fire a little faster, they're more powerful. One of the reasons I prefer Starwing is because on Starwing, after the blue laser upgrade, you actually got like plasma bolts really, just big balls of plasma. They were quite good. As I said, you've seen all them levels before. At the end of every level there's a boss. Sometimes it's a different boss, it depends on what route you take, and Slippy will tell you a little bit about the boss, tell you how to beat him basically. So Slippy's definitely someone you want to keep alive unless you've played the game a lot. After beating the boss you'll get a score of how many enemies you killed and how well you're done, and the health of the teammates you had remaining. You'll get higher points for the longer the more health that they've got. So it's pretty bog standard stuff really. Even though I've already shown you the bomb by pressing the wrong button at the start of the review, I'll show you pretty much what the bombs do. You can fire them, you can either let them hit the things, or you can very quickly push B again so that they explode instantly. So if the enemy's right in front of your face, that can come in very handy. Graphics for an N64 game, they're pretty good in some places, pretty bad in others. Music's pretty bog standard really. I don't really think it's anything to wow about, but obviously you can be the judge of that, so I'll shut up now and let you have a little listen. There we go. The boss music almost sounds a bit like Zelda music in certain areas sometimes. from Ocarina of Time, but I prefer it on Ocarina of Time because it's kind of like you can tell they were trying to get the same thing across, but it's just been improved. This is one of the sections that was added new for Lylat Wars, and personally I'm not a fan of it. It's the free range. It means rather than having the course laid out in front of you and you just sit back and wait for the boss to turn his rear to you and shoot him in the back, this one you fly around and do things. To be fair, it does mean that they've been able to include a multiplayer mode, so 4 people can have dogfights like this, but it's still something I'm not too keen on, because I'm more of a traditionalist and I like the original way of just flying around until you kill the guy. Very quickly put you on to another level here just to show you a bit of the diversity. This is the asteroid belt. You can actually later on play as a landmaster tank if you find that route, and it is pretty fun, the tanks. You can unlock them for multiplayer as well. They're very good fun to have a multiplayer battle with the tanks rather than dogfighting. And you can unlock Peppy the rabbit to walk around with a bazooka, who's tiny. So that's pretty cool. Oh, this is my first Rob section. If you press C right, which obviously on the VC controller is right on the analog, then Rob will send a little crate and it'll have either a laser upgrade or a bomb, something like that. You have to be very careful with your wings on this game as well, because you can smash your wings into things, and when you do, your laser upgrades go bye-bye and you go back to this single laser which I've got now. So you really want to be careful with your wings. You can actually charge up your gun and get a home, as you can see there, and then once the home's on you just let go and fire, although the enemy's got to be on the screen. And when I say let go and fire, I mean you have to let go and then actually push the fire button again. So make sure you do that. Can come in quite useful for certain sections, but obviously it's not the fastest, so going for scores sometimes the best thing to just run around like a madman shooting everything. When you do the boss fights, as I was saying earlier on, the Slippy will tell you the weakness, and then you just have to pound that area, and if his energy isn't going down, then don't worry. It just means that you have to basically hit off kind of like an outer shell before you do anything else, before you can actually hurt him. This is one of these sections where really barrel rolling can come in handy, because as I was saying, the lasers will bounce off when they hit you. It's a pretty good game. It's not fantastic though, to be honest. It's something that I personally, I used to like it a lot more on the N64. I don't think it's aged as well. It is still fun though every now and then, although it would be better if the VC allowed you to use the VC save function on this, because every time you start again, well, every time you switch the game on, you have to start again. It doesn't let you continue on from the planet you walk to, and sometimes after playing for half an hour, you're so sick of constantly pushing the air and your hands in a cramp from constantly pushing the air, you just wish you could save rather than having to continue on all the way to Venom in that go. So that'll be better on Starwing and Starfox, because as I say, Starwing, SNES game, like the original Starfox, so it will let you save. So there we go then. That's been the review. I hope you found it helpful. I don't score the games because that's based purely on opinion, so instead I'll leave you to make your own mind up. So thanks for watching, and if you've got any questions about the game that I didn't answer in the vid or that hasn't been answered in the comments, then feel free to ask and I'll help if I can. Also, if you did find it helpful, don't forget to check out my channel, because there's plenty more like this up there, and don't forget to subscribe because there'll be plenty more to come as well. So until next time, this has been Demon212, signing off.